In the deep quiet of the frosted wilderness, a solitary predator moves with silent purpose across the pristine snowscape. Each deliberate step sinks into the thick blanket, marking a path where few dare to tread, while the air remains hushed and watchful. The cold intensifies, the forest stripped bare yet beautifully draped in white. Instinct awakens, demanding vigilance in this stark environment. Through the ghostly white of the birch trees, a distant beacon appears, a small warm light, a stark contrast to the encroaching chill. Nestled amidst the endless white, a cabin glows with the promise of hearth and home. Wildness pauses at the threshold of human sanctuary. Arriving at the wooden steps, the great cat fixes its gaze, a primal curiosity meeting the lens, its breath misting the frigid air. The power held within those paws is momentarily tested against the weathered wood, sharp instinct asserting its presence on the boundary. Inside, behind the slightly ajar door, two souls sense a shift in the evening calm, the firelight painting their faces with apprehension. A piercing look penetrates the frosted pane, an intense focus that cuts through the icy veil separating two worlds. The raw tension begins to temper, shifting from immediate threat to deep, unwavering observation of the warmth within. Caught in the fleeting light, the magnificent coat shimmers. The cold air catches the exhalation, a visible testament to the harsh reality outside. From the inside, the cozy world observes the intruder. Wonder mixes with fear as the wild presence lingers just beyond the glass. Provoked by the boundary, the jaguar tests the barrier, its powerful form silhouetted against the interior glow. Fear grips the old man, his survival instincts heightened by the glow of the hearth, his gaze fixed on the shadowed uncertainty. A hand instinctively covers a gasp. The reflection of the wild mirrors the sudden, stark realization of their shared vulnerability. Trapped in mutual scrutiny, the couple exchanges a silent dialogue of concern, deciding on a course of action against the uninvited guest. A sudden, vital thought guides the old man toward the provisions, a decision made in the quiet necessity of the moment. The door cracks open, not to confrontation, but to offering. A fragile hope meets the wild, as a small offering is presented to the cub. The tension dissolves into instinctual relief. A mother's bond, acknowledged by a tentative human touch, accepts the provision. Emerging from the warmth, they brave the biting cold. An unexpected gesture of shared humanity transcends the barrier between them. As the morning light breaks, a silent routine begins, the cabin a sanctuary preparing to extend its strange, fragile truce. The proximity of the wild is startling even when offered kindness, a moment where instinct and comfort collide at the doorway. The door closes softly, sealing the agreement. The offering remains on the snow, a quiet promise kept under the falling flakes. Retreating to the functional spaces, they prepare. A sanctuary must become a shelter, and necessity dictates preparation. Into the larger, colder space, a different kind of utility is revealed. A button pressed, a mechanism stirs, signaling a further exchange. The steel door parts, revealing the blizzard's edge, and the wild accepts the invitation, bringing not just itself, but a fragile future. With meticulous care, the mother guides her youngest into the temporary haven, a gentle deposit in the unfamiliar quiet. Time seems to soften the edges of the ordeal, a cleansing, a change of appearance, signaling a deeper commitment to this delicate balance. Renewed, they carry sustenance back into the cold structure, bridging the gap between their warm existence and the raw needs of their guests. Kneeling low, the woman offers life itself. The stern observer watches, allowing this profound act of cross-species nurturing to unfold. In the soft glow of the workshop, a profound connection is forged, the smallest of futures nourished by human kindness, guarded by a proud parent. Slowly, meticulously, life flows through the dropper. In the background, the patriarch finds quiet solace in witnessing this shared, tender act, the fierce loyalty of nature expressed through a simple lick of affection. The woman, overwhelmed by the grace of the moment, can only bear witness. The old man looks outward, perhaps to the horizon of their shared future, as his partner finds a moment of quiet peace, leaning into the strength of the wild. As twilight yields to dawn over the frosted peaks, the cabin remains an ember of life against the vast, cold expanse of the wilderness. Morning breaks over the quiet domain. The wood smoke rises lazily, and new tracks confirm that the inhabitants of the forest are still near. Within the sheltering walls, joy blooms. The smallest member of the unexpected family tentatively explores its new soft world under watchful eyes. The focus narrows to the minuscule steps of the cub, learning balance on the borrowed softness under the unwavering, gentle gaze of its protector. Nourishment, devotion, and silent guardianship, a tableau of survival turned into a scene of absolute quiet love. The mother drinks, sustained by their sanctuary. The couple stands united, not just survivors, but keepers of a rare and hard-won peace. Within the enclosures built for containment, they find instead a shared space of contentment, embracing the unlikely family they have grown to protect. The winter landscape settles around the isolated cabin, a monument to enduring warmth against the indifferent chill of the high mountains. Inside, the heart of the home burns bright. Life continues its rhythm, finding warmth and sustenance in their humble, carefully ordered existence. Back in the secure space, the wild has settled. The mother watches as the new generation ventures cautiously toward the threshold of freedom. At the boundary line, a moment of hesitation. The cub tastes the air, testing the snow where the worlds briefly touched. Together, they look out upon the majestic, snow-capped peaks. The mother standing tall, the young one following her gaze toward their true domain. With a final lingering look back at the warm light, the pair turns toward the vast, unforgiving beauty of the slopes. They walk deeper into the white expanse, leaving behind the shelter, yet forever bound by the memory of the haven they found. From the warmth of their cabin, the couple watches the small family move on, a silent blessing exchanged across the frosty distance. The season turns gentle, softening the edges of their world with festive light. Life settles into the quiet ritual of enduring together. By the crackling hearth, the man finds rest. The woman moves through the aftermath, a poignant stillness settling over the shared space. Her hand rests against the cold glass, gazing at the retreating white landscape, memories lingering on the pain. Returning to the table, she carefully clears the evidence of their communion, preparing the space once more for their private peace. In the heart of the kitchen, the slow work of maintaining life continues, a quiet partnership unfolding beside the steady comfort of the fire. Sharing a simple meal, the glow of the firelight centers them, marking time in the timeless, isolated refuge. A moment of shared nourishment breaks the silence, a small exchange of words that affirms their long journey together. Moving slowly, supported by years of shared history, they navigate the small rooms of their enduring home. In the sanctity of the bedroom, devotion transcends words, expressed in the gentle acts of care that mark the end of another day. Far away under the snow-laden pines, the wild cycle continues, a mother and child resting peacefully in the vast, silent forest. The fire burns brightly in the quiet cabin, casting a warm circle against the encompassing night, while its occupants rest deeply within its glow. Under the amber light of the hearth, time stills for the two who have weathered the storms together, finding solace in shared slumber. Under the cold gaze of the moon, the wild mother keeps watch over her young, the snow-bearing silent witness to their nocturnal vigil. The light within the small house grows stronger against the darkness, tracing the paths that lead from the wild edge to the human core. Stirred from their shared warmth, they awaken to the night, a gentle touch confirming the quiet reality of their enduring bond. Drawn to the window, they gaze upon the snow-covered world, the man pointing toward some distant, unseen marker in the vast landscape. They move toward the secondary entrance, opening the way not to the storm, but to the space where their extraordinary guests reside. She enters the empty garage, a smile blooming as she gathers the necessities for comfort, the material proof of their commitment. In the warm periphery of the firelight, thoughts are turned to pages. The woman records their unique history, while the man sinks into the quiet companionship of a book. The morning sun breaks clear over the mountain pines, illuminating the steady column of smoke rising from their steadfast little home. In the crisp daylight, the wild finds sustenance. The mother secures the small white prey, the cub trailing faithfully behind her. By the fire's steady warmth, adorned with the symbols of the season, they converse, their shared history illuminating the room. Beneath the canopy of a starlit winter sky, the wild pair rests near their offering, the mother's steady gaze acknowledging the observer one last time. Alone with her thoughts, the woman chronicles the extraordinary events, closing the journal on a chapter of improbable sanctuary. They sit together on the threshold of their wooden haven, surrounded by the silent majesty of the snow-covered forest, a picture of peaceful coexistence. From above, the two shadows detach from the warm house, tracing a path into the deep, unending white of the wilderness.